I'll just throw this added piece on top of that. If God is infinite,
Yeah.
right? How long would it take for you to discover your full self?
Right, and then we get a little bit of the Buddhism, peppered in there, a little bit of non-duality, seasoning the religion pie.
Yeah.
Spiritual plutonium.
All right, Team Spiritual, we got another reaction request for you today. This is on Why I Am Hindu by Dr. Shashi Tharoor.
That's how I would say it.
All right, okay.
Shashi Tharoor.
I have a hard time with some of these names. But yeah, we're just going to get right into it.
Why am I a Hindu? The obvious answer to this question is, of course, that it's because I was born one. Most people have little choice about the faith they grew up with. It was selected for them at birth by the accident of geography and their parents' cultural moorings. But what does being a Hindu mean? Many of us began having to interrogate ourselves in the late 1980s, when the world media first began to speak and write of Hindu fundamentalism. This was odd because we knew of Hinduism as a religion without fundamentals. No founder or prophet, no organized church, no compulsory beliefs or rites of worship, no uniform conception of the good life, no single sacred book.
Sounds kind of interesting.
It's very interesting.
Because to me, it sounds more of like a cultural way of life rather than a ideology or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to piece together all the things my preconceptions of it and what I think from a pretty ignorant place. It's like lots of gods.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. That was what I was thinking because he said all that stuff and I was like, don't you have tons of gods and all this? That was what I'm thinking in the back of my head.
But again, we forgive us. We're pretty darn. But I did. I've picked up some literature. Going to try to bone up on some of these things. But I think when it first comes to my mind, if somebody says, "What do you think of Hinduism?" I'd be like, I think there's lots of gods. Ganesh, Vishnu.
Yeah.
Vishnu, Ganesh. That's where I'm at. So let's learn.
My Hinduism was a lived faith. It was a Hinduism of experience and upbringing, a Hinduism of observation and conversation, not one anchored in deep religious study, though of course the two are not mutually exclusive. But none of these constitutes an obligatory credo for a Hindu. There are none. We have no compulsory dogmas. This is of course rather unusual. A Catholic is a Catholic because he believes Jesus was the Son of God who sacrificed himself for man. A Catholic believes in the Immaculate Conception and the Virgin Birth, offers confession, genuflects in church, and is guided by the Pope and a celibate priesthood. A Muslim must believe that there is no God but Allah and that Muhammad is his prophet. A Jew cherishes his Torah or Pentateuch and his Talmud. A Parsi worships at a fire temple. A Sikh honors the teachings of the Guru Granth Sahib above all else. There is no Hindu equivalent to any of these beliefs.
Interesting. He had prefaced it by saying that they don't have any dogma there, but I don't know about that, but he was saying that they're not expected to believe something.
Right, but I think the belief is strong with Hindus nevertheless, because I've seen, video and images of people that look like they are giving gifts to effigies, like
sacrifice or something?
They're doing some kind of a sacrifice or engaging in some kind of religious ceremonial offering type thing.
Okay.
Good Lord, do we sound like
Hey, that's okay. We're learning. Yeah. We see them doing a lot of practices, but maybe they're just willingly doing it. No one's expecting them to do it.
Yeah, maybe it sounds like that's what this guy's saying.
Yeah.
There are simply no binding requirements to being a Hindu, not even a belief in God.
Wow.
But another reason for my belief in Hinduism is, for lack of a better phrase, its intellectual fit. I'm more comfortable with the tenets of Hinduism than I would be with those of the other faiths of which I know. I've long thought of myself as liberal, not merely in the political sense of the term, or even in relation to principles of economics, but as an attitude to life. to accept people as one finds them, to allow them to be and become what they choose, and to encourage them to do whatever they like, so long as it does no harm to others, is my natural instinct. As a Hindu, I can claim adherence to a religion without an established church or priestly papacy, a religion as rituals and customs I'm free to reject, a religion that does not oblige me to demonstrate my faith by any visible sign, by subsuming my identity in any collectivity, not even by a specific day or time or frequency of worship. There is no Hindu Pope, no Hindu Vatican, no Hindu Catechism, not even a Hindu Sunday. As a Hindu, I follow a faith that offers a veritable smorgasbord of options to the worshipper of divinities to adore and to pray to, of rituals to observe or not, of customs and practices to honor or not, of fasts to keep or not.
So it sounds like they're not bound by very much. To me, I feel like they're presented with something. They can choose to follow it. They're allowed to kind of come and go as they please in terms of maybe their offerings, which you were talking about.
Yeah.
And remember, we're coming into this kind of blind, right? So let us know in the comments.
Oh yeah.
What we don't know. Fill us in. Maybe you can help point us in the right direction, community.
Make like Ganesh and remove the obstacle of our our ignorance here, and send open the floodgates of comments, because this is interesting.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Its capacity to express wonder at creation and simultaneously skepticism about the omniscience of the Creator are unique to Hinduism. Both are captured beautifully in this verse from the 3,500-year-old Rig Veda, the Nasadya Sukta, or the creation hymn. Who knows whence this creation had its origin? He, whether he fashioned it or whether he did not, he who surveys it all from the highest heaven, he knows. Or maybe even he does not know.
Oh,
maybe even he does not know. I love a faith that raises such a fundamental question about no less a supreme being than the creator of the universe.
That's interesting, eh?
Maybe he does not even know. I heard Duncan Trussell talking about this a long time ago, where I think he was it must have been this religion that he was talking about, because he was talking about like a scripture or a text where the guy goes through all these obstacles and he meets all the gods, and he gets to like the God of gods or something. Yeah. And he's like, tell me what the meaning of life is. And he's like, I was hoping you could tell me. Or something like that. You know, again, a lot of opportunity to let us know what's what.
I'll just throw this added piece on top of that. If God is infinite, right? How long would it take for you to discover your full self?
Right, and then we get a little bit of the Buddhism, peppered in there, a little bit of non-duality, seasoning the religion pie.
Yeah.
Spiritual plutonium. but no, that's I love that one, because there's something honest about it.
Yeah.
Because you can relate to that as a human, like not knowing, and so many people be like, take advantage of that. Oh, you don't know? Well, I got a prescription for you. This is what you're supposed to believe in the midst of not knowing. But for it to be like, what if God doesn't know what's going on? Just to raise that question, it's like, well, that would make a lot of things make sense. Yeah. That would help me deal with the suffering and all the different things that are going on.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah. On a certain level, yeah. Yeah.
On a certain level,
yeah. So there's a lot in there. Interesting. I learned something new about the Hindu faith there. So I didn't know it was that liberal or free, maybe. I don't know what the right word is.
I probably wouldn't have assumed that, because some of the followers seem pretty devoted.
Yeah.
And I'm only used to people being devoted to things because of a rule book. Well, that's not fair.
Yeah.
A lot of people, find acceptance and love and forgiveness and stuff in their beliefs.
Yes. Or they might find even a rule that's like, they might not want to follow it, but they see it as, well, it's for the higher good. So I'll follow that rule for the higher good. But anyway, let us know in the comments, guys.
Recommend some gods for us to, check out.
Recommend more videos for us to check out. That's good. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share this with a friend, and everybody, until next time,
stay spiritual.